Heads up. Hello everyone, Dan 14th Prime here. I'm going to drop a heads up video. Recently, Sideshow put up for pre-order their new Spider-Man premium format figure. I'm out here on the site, going to check out some pics and walk you through it. Link in the description below if you're interested in seeing all the pics. Getting your order in. Go ahead and check out that link down in the description below. Any shopping you do through there supports the channel, no cost to you, and I do appreciate it. So exclusive edition here, limited edition. The edition size is TBD. As typical Sideshow, but $640 for the exclusive, collector $625. So $15 difference, and the exclusive you'll see will be the head. This being the normal version there with kind of the narrower eyes, let's say, and the exclusive you get the big wide-eyed Spidey. Of course, with the exclusive you got to go through Sideshow, which means you'll be paying the shipping on top. So probably, thinking like $700 delivered type price. Whereas with the collectors, remember there's places you can buy it that might also include or have lower shipping costs. So you might want to take that into account before you purchase something. But we know this piece has been out there for like a year. I think New York Comic Con is when we first saw it last year. And there are plenty of videos out there in terms of seeing the prototype out on display. And we'll get the actual production pieces here already at the end of this year. So November to January, hopefully potentially in time for Christmas 2019, you could have this in hand. I will also do a bit of compare and contrast, or just to remind people, the prior statue, which is a darn good statue, is still out there for $495. They made 5,000 of the collector edition, 2,000 exclusives of this thing. I have a collector's edition statue. It's a great statue if you're a fan of Spidey. I mean, this piece is really, really solid, especially for $500 shipped to your door. There is a promotion going on. Actually, I've seen this quite a bit with this piece. Limited time offer, free shipping, so $500 to your door. Quarter scale premium format. I mean, that's like value for money that you just can't really find with a lot of pieces nowadays. So if you're looking for any Spidey piece, I'll link this one below as well. Give this one a hard look. It is a really great statue. I think you'd be very happy with it. So the new one comes out, call it $145 more. It's a different type of statue. We jump in here. Let's just get out of the way pretty quick here. The collector's edition, the narrow eye, and the exclusive with the wide eye. Personally, I would go with the exclusive. I just like this look. Now, when you get this look, it really looks exactly like the former statue, which is funny. But when you look at this, how the suit is made, the shading and everything, I mean, the Spidey on this statue looks a lot like the previous release statue, which is very, very good. So here's the piece, and you get the Doc Ock base this time. The last one they did paired up with Green Goblin, kind of had bomb explosion down at the base. So here we've got Doc Ock. I'm hoping they do a Doc Ock and would pair him up. I'm really waiting to see if that comes out, because if there was between this statue and a Doc Ock, I would probably just buy the Doc Ock because I've already got the other Spidey statue, and then try to see if there's a way to get all these villains maybe over a course of time. You can see here the mechanical arms. They do light up, and again, very dynamic pose, as was the prior one as well. Maybe the prior one probably even more dynamic. Doing this kind of hand plant type jump. See right there. The last time they did one, pretty darn dynamic pose as well. So because of this kind of lunging pose, the piece is a bit deeper than the prior one. So listed as 22.5 inches tall. The old one was like 25 inches tall, I believe it says. The width is 17 inches. The prior statue was just 13 inches wide. And the depth, which is the major difference, depth 16 inches on this one because it's got that lunging forward sort of pose, only 10 inches on the prior figure. I think because that increased depth and width, you can see, which really just comes from this arm kind of flying out and Spidey just having his leg up there. I think the piece is going to feel kind of fuller, have probably a bit more space presence, if you will, out on the shelf. Here's a close-up on that collector head sculpt. It reminds me of the exclusive for the prior piece, which was sort of this squinting, hey, I'm aiming while I shoot my web sort of head sculpt. It's like they almost swapped the heads versus the prior statue in terms of what was exclusive and what was collector. Same thing here, this arm piece just reminds me of a piece that's like exactly on the prior statue as well. But a good close-up here, you can see it's got all of the sculpted in Spidey lines all through the red, which is just fantastically done. And then the nice blue here, and you can see all the great shading that was through this statue. Again, I thought they did a really good job. Here we get a little more webbing on this piece, which looks very cool, wrapped around the fist, coming out onto a Doc Ock tentacle. And you even get little Easter eggs here. He's got his camera webbed up there to the claw. I don't know why it would be on the claw. It's, you know, usually on a wall somewhere in the distance, taking pictures automatically, but whatever. They wanted to put a little something fun in there. Another good shot of the base. They do a nice job, I think, with these Doc Ock arms. All these little section by section pieces and all the paint in between. A lot of effort going into that. It looks like this base, I would say, probably it looks, at least in the prototype here, better executed than the base on the prior one, which was, again, a smoke bomb, which is here with the Green Goblin bombs in it. And one of the nits, you know, on the smoke bomb is it's just got like texture. You can see it kind of like rough and stuff. Even worse on the Goblin version, smoke coming from his glider. And you think that should just be a bit smoother on this piece. That's kind of a bit of a nit there on that one. And then here again, just the light up features, just the two Doc Ock arms. There you have it, guys. The Spidey hype train, perfectly released timing wise, just ahead of the Far From Home movie. I'm sure that will drum up more of the casual interest as well. And there's going to be a lot of these pieces. I mean, when Sideshow typically does larger lot sizes, when they do Spidey, I think it gets about as large as you ever will see. Personally, I'm very interested in the piece. I'm interested to see if they make a compliment to it. And then I think I'll decide from there. But again, link in the description below. I'll link the new one. And I'll link the old one. And definitely give that a good look before you make your purchase, because very good statue, and you'll basically be keeping $200 in your pocket when you think shipping even after the fact. All right, guys, thanks for checking out the video. See you next time.